Okay. So we have to start by with the most important part of this chapter, in which we have to discuss the behavior of the cost. All right. As we all know that there are two time periods. There is the short run and there is the long run. And what is the difference between the short run and long run? In the short run, all the fixed factors are constant. We cannot change our fixed factors. We cannot even increase or decrease the level of fixed factors. Although we can change our variable factors if the producer has to increase the output. That is your short run. And what happens in the long run? In the long run, all the factors become variable. Okay, all the factors can be changed in the same proportion simultaneously, however the producer requires. That is why there is a difference between the cost behavior in the short run and cost behavior in the long run. The cost will behave differently in the short run because there are fixed factors, there are some fixed factors and there are some variable factors. And the cost will behave differently in the long run because all the factors have been variable. Okay, that is why the production that we have studied, the law of variable proportions, it was based upon the short run. It was based upon the phenomenon of short run. Alright, but in the long run, the production behaves differently. That is not in your course. Okay, that is why we haven't discussed that in the long run how production behaves. Okay. So as far as cost is concerned, that what is the behavior of cost in the short run? We have to start by seeing that what are the various factors that are used in the short run first. First, see that in the short run, if I write the short run production function, then I will write that the quantity of any X commodity, it is dependent upon, if I take two variable model, it depends upon the level of labor I have and the capital that I have. Alright, this is the two input model. And I will take my capital as constant. I will take my capital as constant. That is why I have placed a bar over it. Why I have taken capital as constant? Because according to the economic theory, in the short run, fixed factors remain unchanged and only variable factors changes. Okay, so there are two types of factors that we have in the short run. First is our fixed factors. These are the fixed factors. And secondly, we have our variable factors. Fixed factors are those factors which cannot be changed in the time period, neither they can be increased nor decreased. Variable factor can be changed. The producer can increase or decrease the level of variable factors to change the output. Okay, so fixed factors and variable factors. There are two types of factors in the short run. So the producer has to incur some cost on the fixed factor as well, on the machinery, on the plant he has, office building that he has, the factory premises that he has, and he has to incur expenditure on the variable factor as well. Alright, he will not get both these factors free of cost. Alright, so the expenditure that the particular producer incurs in purchasing, in getting fixed factors, alright, or in running fixed factors, I should say, because he is not purchasing the fixed factors. In running fixed factors, the expenditure that the producer has to incur in running the fixed factors, that is your fixed cost. That is your fixed cost. And the expenditure that the firm or the producer has to incur in employing variable factors like labor, raw material, it is your variable cost. So we have got two types of cost in the short run, fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost, what is fixed cost? The cost that is incurred by the producer in running the fixed factors, the constant fixed factors, and variable cost is that cost that producer has to incur in employing the variable factors that are changing. Okay, since in the course of production, we all know that in the short run, only variable factors can be increased. Alright, so only variable cost affects our output in the short run. Alright, only variable cost will affect the, or only variable factor will affect the output in the short run, because it is the only factor that we can change. Fixed factor will remain constant. It will have just a constant effect on our output because it remains constant all through. So remember that fixed factor has a constant effect on the output. That means it does not affect the output in the short run. Whereas your variable factor, it affects the output. It determines the output in the short run. Alright, this must be clear. Alright, so whatever cost that the producer is incurring on the fixed factors, whatever fixed factors he has, so that will come as total fixed cost. It will be called as total fixed cost. And whatever cost that a particular producer is incurring on all the variable factors, that will come as total variable cost. So we get two concepts over here. We get the concept of total fixed cost, plus we have got the concept of total variable cost in the short run. And this your total fixed cost plus total variable cost is equals to the total cost. Okay, if I talk about the total cost in the short run, then it is equals to the total fixed cost, because the producer has to incur some cost on running the fixed factors, and your total variable cost, as the producer has to incur expenditure in employing the variable factors. Thus, in the short run, your total cost, whatever the expenditure that the firm is incurring, it is divided into two parts: total fixed cost and total variable cost. Alright, if I say that your total cost is equals to TFC plus TVC, TFC plus TVC. So if I have to find TVC, then what I will do? I will do TC minus TFC. And if I have to find TFC, then what I will do? Simply I will do TC minus TVC. So all these mathematical things you should be knowing. Okay, this is the particular formula of total cost, but it can be changed that if we want to calculate TVC, then we have to deduct TFC from total cost, and if we have to calculate TFC, then we have to deduct TVC from total cost. Alright.